doesn't sound like much, but when you put the rest of it underneath it, it starts to really move. It's a beautiful section. Hello and welcome to the next part of Prelude, Fugue and Allegro by j.s.bach. We are diving into the next section. We're looking at a new key for the improvisationary ideas. We're looking at C major, A minor, and we're looking at an extended series of bars to get us into the cadence and the final few bars in the next video. So let's dive in and check out all of this fantastic Bach goodness. Prelude by j.s.bach, BWV 998. Alrighty, we're kicking it off, bar 25. We left it off here. We're in a new key, F natural. Alright, so 5th fret bar, you're going to have to, if you can, leave it on and then let it go. So it's 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 0, and then I'm moving down to open strings, first position. It is possible to do alternative fingering, and I'll have a look at some of these at the end. Next bar, 26, 3rd finger on a G, 4, 2, 4. Notice I'm not leaving them down. They're not ringing over, not yet anyway. Open strings, 2, 1, open G, 4, 2, 1. Then we are going to bounce up to 3rd finger again. Now, bar 27, I have decided to do cross string. So I'm using a 3rd finger on the G, and I will show you again a little bit later on a couple of ways of playing that. 4th finger, 7th fret for the A, B, A, B. 1st finger, 4th fret for the F sharp, G, F sharp, G. And then your 1st finger is going to slide down 2nd, E, D sharp, E. Before we get back to an open, and then we're going to go into 5th fret. And I'm using a 4th finger there on the D, but you could use a 3rd if you wanted to. Either way, it's going to go 4, 3 into the next bar, or 3, 3. So let me do 27 again. 3rd finger at 5, B, 7th fret, B, G, 4th fret, G, slide down, 2, 6, 2, open B, 7, 6, and then we're going to leave it there for this first micro study. So let's take a look at this nice and slowly. Okay, welcome to bar 28, the next micro study. So everything happens here up at the 5th fret just about. I have decided to keep this voice on string 4. It is possible to do it here, but it's going to involve your 1st finger doing a little dance between A and G sharp. So where we left it off, 5th fret, 6th fret, strings 6 and 3. We have 4, 2, 4, 7, 6, 7, open B, C sharp, which is stayed down. 1st finger is going to shift to the 4th fret, 4th finger goes on to 7, D, and then you're going to use 3, 2 again. 2nd finger is going to go down straight away, 2, 4, open E, 4th finger on the C sharp at 4th fret, 4, 3, 4, and then I'm using 3, 2, and I'm stretching out for my G at the 3rd fret, stretching out for the B, 2nd finger on an A, 1, 1, open E, half bar into the next micro study. So putting that all together nice and slowly, it looks a little bit like this. to bar 30. This is the mirror to bar 11, where we had that walking bass line for the first time in this piece. So we left it off with a half bar at the second fret. 2, 1, third finger bouncing up, ready for the F sharp. 1, 2, 4 on the D, F sharp and C respectively. You are then going to do a bounce with the first finger, open B, F sharp, A to get this. It's a bit of a nasty chord. There are a couple of ways of playing it, but this is probably the best way. And then you're going to bounce back down into first, second fret B, open G, 4, 2 or 4, 1, depending on how you like to do it. I use 4, 2. Then your third finger is going to go to C sharp at 4th fret, first finger on a C sharp at 2nd fret, and then it's going to go 1, 0, 2, because again we have that wonderful E in the bass, open E, open B, and then it is 3 on F sharp, 1 on A at 2nd, open. Now you could use an open G here, I don't. 5th fret, 4th fret, C sharp, E, and then we have this last bar here for this section. Off bar 2, second finger at 3, first finger at 2, 4, 1, 4 with an open D, 3, 2, first finger up, ready for the E. Now I'm using 2, 4 because I am going to bounce into 5th fret, so I've got my third finger ready. 5 and 7, G and E, open B, D, open B, D at the 7th fret, and then you can stick there and just slide down to that F sharp in the next bar. Right, so the main deal here is this bass line. Doesn't sound like much, but when you put the rest of it underneath it, it starts to really move. It's a beautiful section. It's a little bit more challenging than the first one, but it is so worth the effort. Let's take a listen to this in slow motion. Welcome to bar 33. This is where things get really interesting. These are now extra ideas that are not related to anything else in this piece. For a start, 33, 34 and 35, 36 and 37, we have 3-part harmony for the first time in Bach's implied polyphony that he's got going on here. So you have a bass, into the cadenza. You then have the end of this line that you just finished. That finishes there, and then we get a middle voice and a high voice. So be well and truly aware of that. Make sure that your right hand fine control is nailing that. Right, let's look at my fingering. So I've left it off here with the 4th finger, open A. I'm using 3, 2, 3, and again I am making a conscious choice to leave this voice on string 4 again, as per the last microstudy. 3, 2, 3, and I'm still using that C sharp there, and I'm just using IA for an open G string to open E string, and then my fourth finger is going to bounce to 3, 2, 3, stretching out of the first finger at the second fret, right into half bar 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4 again. So this is just a B minor 7 chord. Then your third finger is going to float up, fourth finger stays where it is. C sharp in the bass, fourth fret, 1, open 1, half bar comes down. First finger off, half bar comes back down. And then we're into this next bit. Here we go from bar 33. Okay, so that is the first half of this. In the next section we have a D chord, but with a fourth finger instead of a third finger. And we have brand new right hand pattern for the first time in this entire prelude. Super important. That is a marker. Bach is trying to tell you something. So we have the D. The right hand pattern is going to go D and A, I, M A, I, M A, bass. Bass. And the fingering for the left hand section is obviously 2, 1, 4. Third finger up for the 7th in the bass, a key of Bach style. First finger onto a B flat, open G. 3 and 4 on G and B at the 3rd fret respectively. That is going to slide up as a unit. Fourth finger stays down, third finger comes up 1 string, second finger on the F sharp, and it's going to go open A, F sharp, C natural, and then again third finger is going to slide up, first finger is in position for that G minor chord in the next video. Let's take a listen to this in slow motion. Cadenza. This is a pivotal moment for this entire prelude. Don't be fooled. G minor is nowhere near the original D. We're in the key of G minor now. That is a relative of... Anyway, Bach is taking us down low because we're going to move from G minor through a fantastic cadenza with 3 flats back up to D major. It's a 2-bar switch. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. I love this bit of the prelude. From about bar 30 onwards, things really get beautiful, and Bach is just throwing out all these wonderful, tasty bits of music. Hi. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be walking through the entirety of this Prelude, Fugue and Allegro. Next up will be the Allegro, and eventually I am going to be looking at the Fugue. Well, I might look at the Fugue and then the Allegro. I don't know. That Fugue is massive. Anyway, let's dive straight back into Prelude by Bach. Radio, alternative fingering. We're going to start way back at the beginning. 25 is pretty much set in stone. You could possibly do that in the opening. 26 again. That is the easiest, most comfortable fingering, but it is possible with 4 and 2, 1. Right, 27 is where things get really good. So here it would be 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 1, or 2, 1, 2. And then depending on where you take it, you could then stay in position, 4 on the G, and then, but you would lose this C sharp. So that is that little section for alternative fingering. And then bar 30, I have obviously transposed the bass down. I'm not using the bass here, which I seem to see in quite a few editions. We have half bar as usual. Open, half bar 2, and then into that, as opposed to doing there. This is standard, bar 31. Open G, if you want to. Right, here we go, next change. 4, 3, 2 for that section. 1 on the E, 3, 2. And then you stay in position, pivot on the third, first finger on an E, fourth finger on a G, open B, D, and then you're here for this bar 33. So that is again another option. From bar 33, we stay then 4, 3, 4. You don't have to do it there, you could, but you can already hear the difference there with G, open G. Right, there's no real change to these fingerings. And then we're in, and that is it for alternative fingering for this section. Hopefully those help you out. Thank you very much for staying until the end. This has been brought to you by classicalguitarrocks.com, the home of 6-string inspiration, my baby. There is a ton of free content on there. I've pretty much made most of the lessons free. If you want some Villa-Lobos, if you want some more Bach, if you want to find out how Bach creates a canon, it's there available free for you to check out.